Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hold up. Hold up. Let me just check the mic because I didn't do this before stream. Testing. Okay, there we go. Anyway. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and once again, we are back for some more Arknights because today, we're finally going to be reading through INUDI HAREK Horakhet, or The Adventure That Cannot Wait for the Sun. The latest and greatest of our Sargonian events. Hooray. Oh my god. Imagine if we got Carnelian or Beeswax Altar for this event instead. Imagine if Hypergriff didn't forget that they had actual operators who thematically fit the theme participate in an event like this. Imagine if they didn't forget about them. If only. But anyway, yep, today we are going to be starting our story reading. We are going to be continuing this throughout the week and hopefully ending it by next weekend. I have no idea where this story will go. I'm cautiously optimistic that the storytelling will win me over, despite all of my misgivings and criticisms about the art direction for this entire event. I hope at least the story is good. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get pissed when I see a pale-skinned NPC. Who knows? Hopefully the vibes don't get ruined by Hypergriff's hubris. But anyway, so there's that. That's our plan for today. Hold up. We haven't done our daily pull yet. Our free daily pull of this event. I'm not willing to spend any more currency on this event, aside from all the free shit that we get. If Pepe or Narantuya arrives, so be it. Never mind. They didn't. Account still undamaged. I guess that's the silver lining to all of this. Let's just turn that in. Ooh, I got a bunch of certs. I just need 20 more gold certs. But I'm not willing to spend any pulls this month. But I need 20 more so I can pull out the entire headhunting permit stock. Unfortunately. Or I could just save it up for any of the upcoming 6 stars. They'll become available. That's also a thing. Ooh, wait. Oh, I don't need more of that. More of this. I'm just gonna grab that later with random credits. Okay, so I think perfect time to start. Done with housekeeping, done with all that. Okay, it is time. Woo! So let's at least watch the cinematic first. The 3D PV for the event. What is going on? Why is Pepe doing her thing here? Admittedly, I have not played a lot of Reclamation Algorithm 2 Electric Boogaloo. And I've not finished any of the endings there, just because I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to play. Apparently, what's this? Pepe's a Tomb Raider. Very cartoony, very memey. Unfortunately, I seem to be immune to her whimsical charms. What is this? What are we doing? Raiding tombs? Tropes popularized by Indiana Jones. Oh, Narantuya. Both of them are attempting to steal the same thing. Fighting over it. I mean... Okay, Night of the Museum type of bullshit. What is this? So contextually, this is why we're fighting a lot of Anubis-looking zombies in the actual gameplay. This PV is a lot more cartoony than all of our previous 3D PVs. Why for just one crystal? Wait, what? Originium? This is giving a lot of the animation that we're getting. Yeah, this PV is giving Spider-Verse. Like, we could tell, like, oh, the Western animation industry is now affecting the Eastern animation industry. We're getting Spider-Verse inspired gacha game cinematics. Okay, so they're both girl failures. Got it. Right, they're both after seemingly the same thing. Well, guess time to start. AS-ST-1, the City of Radiance. It's another fine day in the glorious Menat Hamait. Let's turn music up a little. There we go. So where are we at? Okay, why is the first face that we see? I'm not gonna get pissed off by this event. I swear we're gonna have good vibes today. Raise that lamp a little lighter. I need the light on every detail of the exhibits. Okay, at least the museum staff has some melanin, thank God. Yes, curator Anime Fendi. Who put the statue on of a songstress with the sculptures from the old calendar Age of Shadows? Completely wrong era. Take it out and move it to Hall 2. I'm on it, curator Anime Fendi. I'm never... Okay, that's her name now. That's her name now. Look, man. I'm addressing the elephant in the room. It's fucking ridiculous that that the NPCs are allowed to have melanin. Meanwhile, first face that we see in one of the main playable characters that you could get from this event is this red-headed, green-eyed cat girl. Come on, it's fucking dumb. Hypergriff, come on. Not here either. Cheery singing. Oh, guests from afar, ripples in the lotus pond follow thee here. Neath the tree's shade, sup sweet dates and fresh beer. Let us toast now to a midsummer and cheers. Sycophantic employee. What animal is she? Is she a sand rat? Sand rat, coyote, sand dog? Oh, Medieti Kediti Anime Fendi. Your singing arrivals, even the most elegant of falbies. I can't tear myself away. White woman. Ah, Medieti Anime Fendi. The notes of your lute flow like purest water, like the calmest, sweetest brook. What is this? What is this, lowlight? You fucking teasing us? Why is she not starring this event? She was teased all the way back in PV4! How come she's not starring in this event? Like, she's prime Gooner material, but also she has a sufficient amount of melanin to not make this whole event so orientalist, but okay. But of course, I've worked tirelessly for months to produce the perfect rendition of this ancient ballad. Words sweet as honey, fingers idle as slumberfoot. No wonder I couldn't find you. You do know that restored lute is going on display tomorrow, right, TT? Her name is TT? Her nickname is TT? Just so you know, in Filipino that means penis. Do allow the welcoming committee to borrow it for today, Anat. We have an honored guest coming, and the museum must receive her well. It's a special exhibit for the Flood Festival, TT. Our top priority is ensuring that there are no errors in any of the sections. Our visitors can be very fussy about the details. You've been here long enough, you should know better than I. Let's not get mad now, Curator Anime Fendi. This is your first major exhibit since taking up your post, so I understand that you're a little anxious about it. She's a sassy Egyptian cat girl! Why the fuck is she not headlining this event? Come on, Hypergriff. But trust me, Anat, you need to calm down. No matter what you're putting on this place, someone is going to nitpick it. Yeah, me. Me specifically. This is Menat Hamait. Every family's got some treasure stashed away somewhere. It's no surprise they'd turn their noses up at our exhibits. I'm going to check over the new displays for tomorrow. Don't worry, I won't disturb your date with that esteemed gentleman. Ooh, the guest is a gentleman. It's an object I'm studying, not my date. What does that mean? You look at it ever so lovingly, though. Strange. Has no one picked her up yet since we've been talking? Her up? We're playing the noun game? Pronoun game? Why are we being vague and cryptic about who we're planning to pick up? Extremely idle citizen. I'm guessing that girl over there is learning how the irrigation channels work. Gonna write a thesis on the history of it. Or maybe she's an epigraphist, and she's just cleaning the sludge off the steel in the river. What's the difference? They're just different types of history nerd. Blame it on the city's long history. Every historian in Sargon gets obsessed with this place. Yeah, look at this ancient riverway we've got here. 4 centuries old and broad and wide. And our buildings, a youthful 2 centuries, yet tall and impressive. A convenient way to scene set. Just have a bunch of citizens go, "This is an introduction of our area, by the way." You want to talk about rich historical tradition? Well, here you have it. We're explaining it to a third party. Beyond the 4th wall. Can any of them beat the Flood Festival, though? We've been celebrating it for over 1,000 years. Oh, when it floods, it's going to offer up some white oasis flowers to the river god. May his breath be forever filled with a fragrant aroma. River god. 50-50, that's referring to a Fahrenheit. I mean, if I know Arknights, every single event that we've had so far has either involved a Fahrenheit or the Void. 50-50, it's a fucking Fahrenheit involved. Was that what we saw in the PV? The river god. What offering have you prepared, friend? A cup and plate of pure gold, along with a jar of wine. In accordance with my family traditions, the wine was sealed by my grandfather when my father was born. An excellent vintage. Let me just drink some coffee. So far, not too bad. Scene setting, pretty good. I have no complaints about the NPCs whatsoever. Surprisingly. The main characters, though, the playable main characters, though, that they attempt to market to the actual consumer audience, that's where I have my problems with. May he enjoy its taste and share in the festival spirit with us. May we meet him wandering the realm and earn his blessing. O immortal Menat Hamait, may he forever grace this city. The River God. Girl by the shore, did you find it yet, Hanim Effendi? Is that a title that people just give each other? Because Papyrus was called Hanim Effendi. Give me a sec, kiddo. I think I just felt it now. But you've been standing in the river for half an hour already. You keep saying you almost got it. Shh, I'm trying to concentrate here. Let's turn down the music a bit. There we go. Medieti Titi. That's gonna be a name to get used to. Seriously, where has our little Shahzada run off to now? Also, I am loving that she's giving year 1 Arknights techwear vibes. It's been a long time since we've had an actual character in Arknights wear techwear. Aside from Rhodes Island elite operators. Big jackets! Big jackets used to be the signature look of Arknights. I'm glad at least we're bringing it back somehow. I've got people at every gate waiting, but none of them have seen her. I put so much thought into welcoming you, how could I let you just slip into the city like this? Masa al-Alakir, Idyeti Kedti Hanimefendi. Wherever are you going in such a hurry? Bekti Hanimefendi, it's you! I'm meeting an old friend of mine. Here, some oranges I just plucked from my garden. They ripened just before the festival, I'm sure everyone will love them. Take a few for your friend, Medyeti Hanimefendi. She's not a fan of favors, but I thank you in her stead. Salam, Bekti Hanimefendi. Ma, salama. Okay. The writing, the story setting, no notes, no comments. Typical Arknights affair, pretty good. Very good. Seemingly, none of the NPCs have a problem with a wide variety of skin tones. Seemingly, we've already seen a bunch of operators with noticeably darker skin tone, even NPCs, and even some with lighter skin tones. Because yes, there are fair-skinned Egyptian and MENA people out in the world, but if you look at the playable operators, it doesn't seem that way. And even the wider Sargonian populace that we have as playable operators. But I digress. The people here are so friendly. Let me have a think about where'd she go. Where did she like to run off back to when we were in school? Oh! Okay, never mind. I take it all back. I take it all back. Blonde woman spotted. I take it all back. I thought we were gonna be fine for this event so far. Never mind, I take it all back. Blonde woman spotted. It's a foreign traveler at least. It's a foreign traveler. There's our excuse. I'm really sorry, Hanim. I didn't see you there. Forgive me for knocking your oranges on the ground. I'm fine. How about you? Are you alright? Thank you for your kindness, Hanim. Oh no. What's with a frown all of a sudden? Are you hurt? A shadow flitted across your forehead just now, an ill omen. I fear you will meet with some misfortune soon. Wait a minute! Oh my god! She's a Rhodes Island operator? Well, she's not playable now, but eventually she'll become playable. Surely, in the continuation of this event, she's gonna be in the next 6-star, and she's probably gonna be the secondary featured 6-star. Surely. Oh boy, can't wait for that. Well, sorry, I've got an appointment. Gotta go now, bye! Wait! 2 dinars! Just 2 dinars, then! This isn't a trick! You really are about to run into some bad luck! She thought you were a scammer, I'm sorry. You wouldn't trick me, would you? Of course not! I always keep my word. Really? Sniff. But... Aw, don't cry, I'll... Whoa. Ah, it slipped away again! Wah! No, don't cry. I was just teasing you. I got it, see? It's right here in my hand. You're a meanie. I'm too used to teasing my little brother back home. I feel sorry for your poor little brother. Save your pity, the kid gives me endless headaches. Alright, pass me the jar. The jar?! I'll put a fin in it for you. I thought I'd never see my gold fin again. Thanks, Hanim Effendi. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I worked my butt off helping you get your finny friend back. Put a little more pep into that, thanks. Thank you so much, you're the best. Now that's more like it. Alright, you better hurry home. Already. No more fancy ideas about trying to take your pet for a walk. In the river! See you, Hanim Effendi. You taking your goldfish out for a walk in the river? Also, wait, what? That was new. Is that the first time we've ever seen emotes? Emotes in the story? Wow. 2025 technology is finally here. Taking a pet fin for a walk in the river reminds me of the crazy ideas I had when I was a kid. I mean, this is just hypergriff. You then need to put these two together in one single scene because it's kind of embarrassing. Well then, seems our audience has finally had enough of me groping around in the water for finbies. Glad you still know me so well, Pepe. So she was the esteemed guest. I really don't want to head to the museum so soon. When Anat's in question-asking mode, I won't even get a moment's rest. Where is she anyway? She didn't come with you. She's acting curator now. Got a lot of things to do with the upcoming super important exhibition. She's been busier than ever. Nice. Ever thought she'd get promoted right after she arrived? I remember back in school nobody thought she'd go far with that neat personality. But I knew she was a hard worker. Let's just turn this down a bit. She'll go far. She's always been one tough read. She never yields. Sure, you aren't talking about yourself. You've been in the city for a while, no big changes. Me? I'm not too busy, but I'm also not too free. I was just barely able to secure a title of vice curator. Museum shenanigans for this event, apparently. Weren't you in charge of stuff at that Colombian museum? I was in charge of their business operations. Things are different here, you know. The Minahamait Museum doesn't need the profit. Annual support from the Lord Zamir and the Padishas is enough. No use for me. Which is great. I get to take it easy. But you always kept yourself busy back in the day. How about you? You must have gotten a lot of good stuff out of your travels. More than you can imagine. We're gonna have references to Reclamation Algorithm 2, Electric Boogaloo. Sounds like your report's going to be a lot longer than you can imagine as well. Oh no, it's so hot here. I feel like I've got a sunstroke. I'm gonna stay here and cool down in the breeze. Save it. Do you know how many times I use that excuse to help you ditch class? That they got history together. Also, denim? Is denim a thing here? I thought that's an interesting tidbit of world building. Egypt. Denim. You've been sitting there for quite a while, Hanim, and the sun is rather fierce. Would you like something to drink? We have our specialty licorice juice, freshly made, only 5 dinars. Or how about an apple or roselle tea, 2 dinars a cup. Okay, so dinars are currencies. Yeah. Oh! Here's Narantuya, our Kagan? Wait. She's a horse girl. Yeah, she's a horse girl from Arknights, Mongolia. Perhaps a glass of apricot juice then, only 1 dinar. I said no. Very well then. This guy has a lot of detail in his character design. Seems to me that they might be important. Is this a Padisha or one of the Lords Amir? Hold on, waiter, not so fast. A pot of your best coffee, Bill, and add some local cardamom and cloves. And a glass of licorice juice for the lady. Right away. Coming to Minathame Eat for the Flood Festival, anyone should have filled their wallet. You won't get much out of your trip like this. No offense, but I have always been of the belief that man should live within his means. If your funds are insufficient, there are plenty more other places to enjoy a holiday. I've heard that the solace in Bolivar is rather pleasant, cheap, with beautiful scenery, suitable for those of more frugal. You calling us poor? You speak wisdom. A truly educated man you must be. You flatter me, and yourself, broadening your horizons on the road. On the road? I suppose so. I seek my own road to follow. She is on her Kagan quest. So she's looking for tough enemies to fight. Just like, what's his face? Blood Knight? No, not Blood Knight. Nightmare Knight? The Knight's Mora? From Neuro's event in Kazimiesh? The Major? Yeah. The Kazimiesh Major. Your coffee, Effendi. Here, please. Your licorice juice, honey. Drinks it up in a single gulp. I thank you for your hospitality. Waiter, could you tell me some of the particularly fun activities during your flood festival? Why, then look. Forgive me, Effendi, I am simply amazed that the Hanim was so hesitant to part with her money for a drink. It gave me a sizable tip. Ah, it appears my fellow traveler was of small means but great pride. No matter, I shall find some amusements by myself. The bill, please, waiter. 15 dinars in total, Effendi. Effendi? Wherever has my coin purse gone? Rip Bozo! Wow, call her poor. Have your wallet snatched. Rip Bozo. That was easy. May the river wash away these gilded scraps of metal. May those who need them find them as the waters rise. Enough time wasted. I nearly lost sight of my target. I've heard of the City of Radiance. It's adorned in jewels, and that countless brave souls have sought out its treasures without success. And so I walked the long road and arrived here, only to find miser after miser bickering over a few gold coins. Dark cloud floats by, blocking the glaring rays of the sun. The red-maned woman pours coins out of her purse, tossing them into the river with an even hand. The ripples tear apart the sun's reflection. Then she disappears into the crowd, whistling. The Grand Bazaar's apricot juice still hits the spot. Tastes pretty much the same as it did back when we were in school. This is where I thought you'd be, but it took me some long fruitless searching to remember that we would only ever come here, the three of us. Free? Oh yeah, papyrus. When you were alone, you would always go to the river. I love strolling along the river by myself. Didn't think you'd run all over the place to find me. You are an honored guest, Pepe. We're friends. You don't need to be so particular about all this. You didn't organize some toe-curlingly cringy performance to welcome me back, did you? Okay, phrasing. Phrasing? That would be the proper rites and ceremonies. Save it. I can hear the cogs in your brain grinding away as you cook up your evil machinations. So, what big discovery got you coming back here? A jewel. A jewel? Oh, the one that we saw in the PV. Sapphire bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. Make a set of your choosing. Only 2,000 dinars a set. If you like it, then buy it. No haggling, no bargaining. Only 2,000 dinars and they're yours. Dear customers, we're now offering a lovely selection of hand-selected emerald rings. Enjoy a discount if you buy an entire box. Guaranteed quality and weight while still economical. Every one 15 carats. Buy some to send home to your family and friends. Only 4,500 dinars for the box. Now I have the hiccups. Rubies, sapphires, chrysoberyl, amethyst, rose quartz, olivine. For gems, come to the Grand Bazaar, where we offer bulk trade and low prices all day, every day. Everyone is grinding. Everyone is on their Sigma grind set. Minahama eats drowning in all sorts of jewels. I don't think you're turning heads if it's any regular old gem. Hey, this jewel's pretty extraordinary, okay? Extraordinary? I recently bought a piece of pink kyanite. Kyaskadi. They say it was once used for purifying water. The originium circuit carved into it is incredibly delicate, a work of art in its own right. Sounds rather valuable.
I bought a similar tourmaline just last month. The power of my arts improved substantially after laying it into my cave.
My brother in Christ. That's originium. You picked up some originium.
Both cannot compare with this treasure of mine. Look! Isn't this a limited edition gemstone belt from last year? I remember the peddler said it would rejuvenate your skin and slow your aging. Do you feel anything wearing it? I do feel rather more refreshed.
Compared to the ones going around the Grand Bazaar, the ones I found can do something really special. Special how? These originium etched jewels being sold here are already pretty special for anyone coming from outside the city. Originium etched jewels. Huh. Okay. I mean... Hold up, wait, it makes sense. Because in this region, they shouldn't have developed mobile city technology. Their technological development would have diverted differently from most of Terra. Because we got teases from the discovery of the Realm Blade, which was discovered here in the sands of Sargon. A lot of the weaponry and tech here relies on both jewels and analog type of tech. At least analog originium type of tech, not big, hulking mobile cities. Makes sense. Loving that world building. Let's get walking first, TT. Don't tell me that there's some kind of dirty secret behind it. No way, relax, I'll tell you, but before this scorcher of a sun gets too high in the sky, I want to run by Septagram Avenue to buy an idol. Even research needs the blessing of the gods, right? You best walk quick then. That road's going to be too hot for your feet real soon. Ooh, Narantuya. Wait, who's her target? She's trailing someone. Which one is it? Is it Pepe? Or Titi? The target is moving toward the museum in the heart of the city. Considering she was personally welcomed by the vice... Okay, it's Pepe. It appears my information was correct. She is no ordinary woman. Why though? What? The jewel you found was a relic of the Shah? Relic. Man, I shouldn't have worn open-toed sandals. I'm going to have sandal patterned feet later. Seriously, you're thinking about your sandals now? Where did you find that jewel? I got a clue in a place once known as Zubat Arsalan. Interesting. After a few twists and turns, I finally found it in the territory of a Lord Amir. Sequel to Reclamation Algorithm? Is that how she got the thing? Do I need to run back RA2 just to get the story of how she found this crystal? Am I gonna be forced to play RA2 again? Lion Pride's ancient throne. Yeah, there's also that. The Aslan came from Sargon. Ancient throne. Ancient jewels. Relics of the past. The Realm Blade. Somehow methinks this may have something to do with the ancient civilization again. Surely that can't be it, right? I also saw some ancient images left by the Shah himself in a cave full of crystals. I wrote everything down in this journal. It'll make public the true location of the Great Trove, and prove that the Shah's promise to the Knights Mora was more than just a legend. Wait, the Knights Mora? Is that why Narantuya is following her? The Knights Mora? Wait, what does the Aslan have to do with the Knights Mora? Just think what might be waiting for us among those riches. Yet no matter how valuable that stuff may be, the true treasure is the clues that will help us reconstruct the truth of that era. Or the friends made along the way. That too. We'll find the answers to the Shah's unsolved mysteries one by one, TD. Why would he make such a crazy declaration of war? Or what could have really happened in the legendary clash with Karandu Kagan in the south? Or his final resting place? Interesting. They clash with the Knights Mora. These discoveries will shock the people. All Sharagade, the entire city of gold will be looking my way. If you know where it is, just take a team there to excavate it. It's just... No, there's one last trail to follow. I need to borrow an artifact from the museum. You're the daughter of a Padisha. The museum storehouses are open to you. Anything you want that isn't on public display. Okay, dog. Okay. She got connections. She's a Nepo baby. She could just waltz in and take whatever sacred artifacts from a museum. Got it. That's the issue. Wait, don't tell me you want something that's on display. Something that's going to be the main attraction for the museum, probably. Pepe looks at the facade of the museum, a banner slowly unfolding across it. The banner depicts a slender mummy draped in golden armor, its face hidden by a death mask. And at the end of that banner is written in great big script: Landmark exhibit commemorating Varyavandabad, museum's anniversary, the nameless general of the Shah's very court. The general? No, he's the guardian of the trove. No matter who it actually is, it's Anat's most prized exhibit. I don't think you're going to borrow it that easily. She wants to borrow the corpse? She wants to borrow the mummy? Well, a jewel with clues won't prove anything by itself. I can only show my worth to my father and the Shahanshah by finding the Shah's trove. If I do that, I can go to the City of Gold, become the Shahanshah's historian of Sharagade, and write an account of all Sargonian history. Being a Padisha's heir is not good enough for you, Pepe. The wealth and authority is just superficial prosperity. The true honor that runs through our family is the role of court historian, passed down from generation to generation. But hasn't your father always wanted your brother to be the court historian? Well, we both have the same basic qualities, but I'm not losing to him on ability either. Pepe, the City of Gold's envoy is taking your brother there in 2 months. I'll make it in time, TT. I just need you to help me. Anat's only willing to lend me that mummy to study come autumn. But this summer is my last opportunity. I can't wait that long. You and your brother. You were always fighting as kids, and now you're at loggerheads over the same court appointment. Here, my pass. Take it. You can sneak into the exhibit hall at night and study it quietly. TT, I'm just sick of seeing you two bicker and quarrel these past few years. This is the last time I'll help you. If in the end you come up empty-handed, then please don't keep stubbornly trudging on. I won't come up empty-handed. We got some family drama. I mean, why can't the two of them be the court historians? Why only one? Ignoring Pepe's murmuring, Mediatiketi stands to look at the grand edifice, witness to centuries of history. The sun shines upon all the gardens and buildings, and under the boundless blue sky, the great trapezoid looms over them. The leaves of tall palm trees besides them rustle in the wind. I might see it every day, but I'm still stunned by its grandeur. For so long has it quietly guarded the city, fending off time itself in silence. Yep, human lifespan is nothing compared to it, no matter how long it may be. Over in the blink of an eye. If only we could stop time for a moment. Yeah, that would be great. See you at the exhibition tomorrow. Wait, no, that's TT. If you get caught, just say you stole the pass. Naranduya? There we go. The exhibition tomorrow. Good. The guest's itinerary has been confirmed. I'll welcome her properly. A descendant of a glorious clan of historians, the one who spreads ballads of kings and heroes, explorer of all Sargon, purveyor of knowledge and a respected Padisha's daughter. Okay. Cease with the glazing. We got it. Dear Wanapik Hepper, Sakyut Hatshepsut. Any other would worry that they would forget all these appellations. The one who stands here is Narantuya, and her only regret is that these titles are all held by one person. Fine. I guess the ransom ought to settle my debts if it's just one girl. I like where this is going. The money left in this purse should be enough to buy a ticket for tomorrow. Never mind. The line would be too long, and the sun too hot. And in this city, gold coins are too common to be worth anything. Ooh! Oh, I'm liking where this is going. She wants to kidnap... Wait, is that a Minoan? It is a Minoan. She wants to kidnap Pepe? Because she's a Padisha's daughter, and she has a lot of titles, she's a very important person. Wait, who's hiring her? Who hired Narantuya? You swear by your golden sun, your splendid gems, and the great museum behind you? You finally got a Minoan? Hypergriff remembered that Minos exists? Wait, what? That you will answer prudently on account of your respect for history and civilization alike. Look within at your own conscience and tell me once more, how much is a ticket to the museum? I already told you, Hanim. The hall for the non-Sargonian artifacts is free of charge. Only the Sargonian exhibition hall needs tickets. If you don't understand, we have the prices for our tour services here on the window. You can hire one of our translators too if needed. So the Minoan exhibition hall is free to enter? I'll say it once more, Hanim. There is no Minoan exhibition hall. But at times, there will be a few Minoan artifacts on display in the Northeastern Tributary exhibit. Northeastern Tributary? The foreign traveler takes a deep breath, the muscles on her bare arm bulging as she clenches her fist. A part of the ticketer's mind is telling her to pull the booth's shutter closed, but the traveler's other hand is firmly holding it open. History is a grand river beside which all who live upon this great land trek. The originating workshops in the ancient town of Talsas were unearthed by Gaulish explorers. The scrolls detailing the legends of old Agamemnon were restored by Minoan artisans. But Minos' own history has gone against the current, and has found itself scattered across the great sands. I have traced its path just to catch a glimpse of its fragments. Whether or not you agree, a historian's mission is to find the past that people have forgotten. For the sake of its duty, should we not prevent arrogant discrimination by history's tyrannical plunderers? Hypergriff, you confuse me. Hypergriff, you fucking confuse me. Your address... Hypergriff... Once again, the writers at Hypergriff are addressing very real issues of how history is remembered throughout, especially by the winners and plunderers of conquered nations. Hypergriff is once again getting really woke with it. But then we have every single issue that we have with the operatives and Arknights lacking melanin. It's like, well, I did say that the story was gonna win me over. It's definitely winning me over because I have full trust in the story writers at Hypergriff. They actually write a compelling political narrative. Surprisingly, I didn't expect the political narrative to come out of this event. Pleasantly surprised. Come on, Hypergriff. Optics of this event from the offset were really bad. I'm glad at least the story seems really good. I'm happy the story seems good and interesting. I'm happy it's delving into these topics. In other words, if you believe that Sargonian history is worth 100 dinars to see, then should Minoan history not stand equal? She makes a point! But also, free museum access is kind of a public service thing. But I get where she's coming from. Do you want a ticket or not, Hanim? Even more importantly, Sargonians, as it so happens, are the plunderers in this case. With all that said, are you willing to hold fast to your conscience and confront the true value of Minos' artifacts? She's angry that the Minos exhibit is free, while the Sargonian exhibit is not. I mean, I get it. Next! Wait! My name is Aspasia. No, Herius. Please use the Minoan spelling, not a Sargonian transliteration. A ticket, if you would so please. I'm pleasantly surprised that this event's story is leaning into this direction. I am very pleasantly surprised. It would have been a really bad look if we had this whole event and it was only about, hey, let's steal some ancient treasures so we can uncover secret histories. Meanwhile, we have him known here going like, wait a minute, you guys plundered our country too. Hello? Kind of a double standard. And it's interesting using the reverse framing. Because normally these tropes would be about foreign tomb raiders going into Mena regions to plunder riches and tombs and go treasure hunting. But this is a reverse framing where we have ancient Egypt Arknights, super rich in both materially and culturally and historically. Like kind of the biggest power and richest power in the region. But also, how does that affect the rest of the regions surrounding Sargon? And we're seeing that already with how it's impacted Minos. Minos seems to be... We haven't had a lot of world building on Minos within 5 years. This is the first time we learned that Minos doesn't have a concrete history, surprisingly. And their history is spread throughout the lands. I want to see where this goes. I'm very excited to see where this goes further. Lamplighter. Night blankets the riverbanks. When moons rise in loving embrace. In the dark they kiss. Then the stars illuminate. And they blush in their glow. Oh, Pepe. Whoa! You gave me the fright, girl. What are you doing here in the middle of the night? Scared I'm gonna rob you? Of course not. It's only rich folks around here. Come on, dog. Shouldn't a girl your age be on a date down at Riverside Avenue at this hour? What are you doing in front of the museum? I'm on the night shift. Night of the museum type of bullshit. The youth these days. My lamps used to shine on young couples in the throes of passion, but now you're all doing overtime at ungodly hours. Go on, I've lit your path. Have a safe trip home when you get off. Thanks for that. There really is no one here. Guess TD wasn't messing with me. Let's see if they've picked up anything new. Gem Workshop artifacts from the Age of Shadow. Age of Shadow. The Originium circuits on this one is really something. Assembled from multiple pieces. No, it was crafted out of a single piece of Originium. Amazing work. Really have to have a closer look at it. Whoa, ritual instruments from the Age of Flow. Found in jungles. Are those blood spots from ritual sacrifices? And all these weapons. A ceremony from the Battle of Turba al-Sada? Well, I'll get to know you later. I have an appointment to keep.
with a mummy.
Is the mummy gonna come to life in the middle of the night? It's here. Nice to meet you, old man. Sorry for disturbing your peace and quiet tonight, but I have questions that only you can answer. Please don't get mad at me. Wow, amazing! Ah! That's the mummy that we've seen. I don't think... They only use this melancholic soundtrack very sparingly. Either at the end of a chapter, or whenever we're investigating something very mysterious. Usually related to some of the ancient mysterious powers in the world of Terra. What are you? What are you? Why do you have an abacus on your staff? Are you a beast lord? Are you a Farinmit? My money is that you're a Farinmit. Considering that we've been teasing the Flood God ever since we've started. Feline, approximately 2 meters tall, most of the body has been replaced by mechanical parts integrated with the remaining biological tissue. Replaced with mechanical parts. How? Why? What ancient civilization would have had that power? Skin color is purple, likely from the preservative fluids used, and it remains supple to the touch. A golden mask and a suit of golden armor. All internal organs have been removed. It's gonna come to life, isn't it? I just want this guy to be silly. I want this mummy to be a silly little guy. Enough of menacing villain Farinmits. I want another silly Farinmit. Like Kara. Or the one that Ray found underneath Rimbilton. Strange. Neither the mummy nor the funerary objects give any clue to the location of the trove. But everything from the site is here. Perhaps it's the gem itself that offers a hint. The gem is gonna bring it back to life, isn't it? First, the heart. At its first beat, we come to be. Second, the lungs. At first breath, we come to feel. Third, the bowels. We fill them with food, cultivate our tongues, and develop our own likings. Fourth, the liver. We go into the night awake and alert for duty and obligation. Now, how do I use this gem? Pepe ponders for a while, then reaches into the mummy's chest cavity, placing the gem where the heart should be. Seems like a bad idea, but okay. Let's put the ancient, mysterious power source into this mummy and see what happens. Surely, nothing strange is gonna happen. She holds her breath, waiting for something to happen. Nothing? No change at all. No images or text appear. Pepe frowns and tries to retrieve the gem. Perhaps she simply placed it wrong. But as soon as she reaches into the chest cavity, she senses something is off. There should be an empty space, but it feels like she put her hand into water. The gem is right there before her eyes, but she feels like she's groping into a bottomless pond. Uh-oh. Huh.
Who goes there? Have you any idea what time it is?
Oh no, it's security. Time to hide. Pepe closes the glass display case lightly and sneaks into the darkness, holding her breath. Museum security. Who's there? Hypergriff. Hypergriff, you have shown that you absolutely understand that Sargon is a region that has a diverse array of people. And you've clearly shown that you understand that by all the NPCs that we've seen so far in the actual story of this event. Well, You understand. You understand how to actually do proper world building for Sargon, finally! Thanks, Hyperriff. The playable operators. When will the playable operators that you market to consumers match the actual world building of Arknights? Or at least Sargon. I thought I heard something. Was it over there? Then again, this is a reused sprite that we see all the time. We've seen this sprite also used for Colombians. And the generic bodyguard. Hey, is someone there? Yikes, he's right behind me.
Who is it?
There's someone else. Tarantuya? Wait. Mysterious animal. What? Wait. Hold up. She has the same... It has the same color accents as TT. It even includes the eye ornaments on her head. Are you her familiar? Oh, just a little critter. How did you get here, Kiwi? Meow.
Hey, don't run! Look, I have a can of fins and oil.
Even the guard is just a silly little guy. I need to get the gem. Where did it go? I just turned the corner, it's gone. Why are you coming back? Did the last shift forget to shut the windows? Hot air is blowing in. I guess that explains the critter. Can't let it run around inside the museum. Do you belong to TT? I don't care whose pet you are. One more sound from you and I'll have you castrated tomorrow. Don't be mean to the cat. Oh, we have Sand Reckoner. Mio? Wait a minute! I know you! I know Mio from the gameplay! You were a boss! Wait, why were you a mini-boss, actually? Sorry, Mio. I was fast asleep and didn't hear you outside. Shakes tail irritably. Did you see that one? Nods. Good work, Mio. We've waited for so long. Bring him to me as soon as you can. Nods. Come, I have some jerky for you. Nudges with affection. Why is it so adorable? Okay, we got our first introduction to Sand Reckoner. Pepe. What were you doing last night? Come now, you have to tell me. It wasn't me, I didn't do it. I stayed in the whole night. Whatever it is, I didn't do it. So the night passed. Pepe? Anat? Pepe, did you sleep last night? Well, why do you ask? I feel fine. You fell asleep in the middle of a conversation. Yawn. Morning, ladies. You reek of alcohol, TT. Where were you last night? I mean, is it a surprise that TT's my favorite character in this event? Is there any real surprise? It's like, come on, dog. I took Pepe out on the town. Not like she's in town every day after all. Okay, we got an alibi. Thanks, TT. How did you even wake up after drinking so much yesterday? Not one whiff of booze on you. Did you shower? Oh yeah, my brain was all foggy, so I took a cold shower. The opening ceremony's today, TT. You took Pepe out drinking. Don't I have enough to worry about already? Hey, I came first thing in the morning. I've looked at all the details of the exhibition. Your arrangements are perfect. Except... something not good enough? Just tell me while we still have a chance to make changes. You're too high-strung today. Settle down. Just focus on your speech, leave this to me, and I guarantee your exhibition will go smoothly. Get changed before you make any promises to me. The guests will complain if they smell all that liquor on you. That look on your face. What trouble did you get yourself into? Explain. I tried putting that gem into the mummy's chest cavity last night. I was about to retrieve it when a security guard showed up. Get me a bit of time alone with the mummy once the exhibit is over. I'll take the gem back. Thankfully, no one has noticed anything wrong. You have an hour at most. If you still can't get it out, I'll have to report that my pass got stolen. Don't worry. If I can't get it out, I'll apologize to Anat myself. How did you get that smell onto you anyway? I poured a bottle of wine on myself before I came in. Explains why you're all sticky. I love her. I love TT! When will she become a playable character? How are preparations going over there, Ajani? Ajani? Ajani Magic the Gathering is here! No problem, Narantuya. The smoke emitter is set and we'll have our commotion on your signal. Your status, Ajazi? I'm in position. Good. She's a Padisha's daughter, and there will be big trouble if we don't make this a clean kidnapping. Is that it? Wait! The whole kidnapping plot? Oh, okay. I thought she was also after the thing in the mummy's chest. I don't understand why you insist on doing it here with all these visitors around. More people, the better. When the commotion happens, no one will bat an eye at a few compassionate souls carrying a poor fainted girl out of the room. They'll be too busy worrying about themselves. I marked the camera blind spots on your map with the right time to knock her out. Right, I'll leave early to set an ambush. Hopefully this needle will give her a good dream. I don't want to have to go into the jungle to make this serum again. Serum? We're gonna drug Pepe? I can't read the hieroglyphs on this sign. Excuse me, do you know how to get to the Northeastern Tributary Exhibit? The Northeastern Tributary Exhibit, huh? I'm not sure, I've never been there. We could look for it together, if you don't mind. I find the lines of your muscles more beautiful than anything on display here. Ayo! Ayo! Please don't say that. Everything exhibited here is a piece of history. All these artifacts are worth stopping to admire. Is that the first time? Well, it's not the first time. We have Scavenger, who is canonically a lesbian. Is that the first time we had Yuri flirting in Arknights? Openly in a story? You could have just said you weren't interested and spared me the excuses. Okay, maybe that's just how the Egyptians roll. Excuse me, do you know where the Northeastern Tributary Exhibit is? Also, it seems like Aspasia didn't have any problem with the woman hitting on her. She was more like, you know, the exhibits are more interesting than my muscles, right? She had no problem with it. I know what you are. I know what you are. Greek Minoan. Wandering staff. Okay, why does this staff have such an intricate design? Is she just an NPC or is she gonna become important somewhere along the line? Let's see. Take a right here, walk 500 meters, then take a left. Thank you. I've asked quite a few people, but none of them knew where it was. I understand. The citizens here are proud of Sargon's long history, but they don't care much about faraway places. You should have seen when the Colombian History exhibit was running. So quiet you could hear a pin drop. Yes, I could sense the arrogance. Thank you for showing me the way. Respect. That's what modern people lack. Okay. Are you... Wait, how did I end up in this hall again? I should try the right side this time. You have a way too intricate character design to be just an NPC. There are more visitors than I expected. I'm a little worried about Anat. She's fidgeting so much that she's going to tear her speech to shreds. Can't be any worse than her first presentation. Took hours for her to come back to her senses that time. Hey, where are you going? Just to have a little chat with her, get her to relax. No, don't leave Pepe alone. She got people targeting her. Great, my coffee's cold. Phew. How are the preparations going, Anat? I can already recite this speech backwards from memory, but the moment I think about all those eyes fixed on me, listening to every word I say, what will they think if I stutter or make a mistake? They'll all forget by dinner. Yep. That's also a thing. If you ever do anything cringe in life, just remember. Nobody's gonna remember it a day later. Just move on. There's always a new day. The Flood Festival is right around the corner. Who has room to remember one girl's embarrassment during all those festivities? But I'm nervous. Hey! Why are you rubbing my ears? Feel better now. Cat girl on cat girl ear rubbing action? What is this? Works every time. I still remember how Pepe and I rubbed your ears like this for an entire day to get you to relax before an interview. Thank you, Titi. Very thoughtful.
Bayanlar Vebel Bailar. Take your seats and welcome Curator Anat El Aidin onto the stage with a round warm of applause.
Go. It's alright if you make a mistake, just keep going. If you're so stiff, I'll sneak around your back and rub your ears. Better to be embarrassed together than alone, right? Oh, Titi.
I love her! I love Titi! When will she become playable?
Welcome to the Varyavandabad Museum Special Exhibit, commemorating the Flood Festival. The highlight of the exhibit is an unnamed man discovered in the 4th Necropolis complex on the outskirts of the city, meeting the public for the first time. Both the body, the armor, and the funerary objects buried with him are remarkably well preserved. The extraordinary details on his clothing is clear indication of high status. It has been dated to the early days of the new calendar according to the Aslan dating method, making him a contemporary Lugal Zargus, the Shah of past and future. He has not been identified in any extant Sargonian historical records. Based on artifacts recovered from the tomb, we theorize that he may have been Aspasia. Excuse me, is this the Northeastern Tributary Exhibit? What? Did I take a wrong turn? Yes. The Northeastern Tributary Exhibit is on the other side of the museum near the entrance. Sorry to interrupt. It's fine. Gotta break the ice somehow. In any case, continuing where we left off, we have theorized that the mummy is...
Ouch!
Oh, excuse me, sir. Sorry.
Are you blind?
Here we go. Honored guests. My fault. Sorry, sir. Excuse me, Hanim Effendi, where are you going? Urgent business. Please carry on speaking. But I'm just reaching... Alright, yes, I know. I'm getting out now. To the most important part of the presentation. Where was I? Sorry, let me find my place. Oh yes, the exhibit behind me. It's... What is she talking about? I'm getting sleepy. It's... Gonna make me feel bad for this cat girl hypergriff. Not spend a long time preparing for this speech. She prepared for bored audience members to leave or heckle her for making mistakes. You know who would be great right now? TD coming on stage. but she never imagined she would lose her train of thought because of an interruption, leaving her speechless. She tries to collect herself, taking a few deep breaths. Forcing a smile towards the crowd, she attempts to continue. Then she feels a hand on her ear, pressing it gently. Oh!
Ah! It's alive!
Anat blinks, feeling a sense of warmth rise in her heart. Thanks, Didi. I'm fine. Don't worry. Anat does not finish the sentence. It's alive!
It's alive!
She sees Titi looking up at her from the crowd in terror. Pepe's jaw has dropped open so wide that it could fit a whole apple. If Titi is not behind her, then whose hand is on her ear? Anat gulps, she dares not turn around. We got a commotion somehow. Well, I think the Farinmit, or whoever this is probably a silly little guy. That's all I wanted. I wanted this to be a silly little guy. They don't seem evil. He was comforting her.
The mummy is moving. I'm getting out of here. The place is haunted. It's looking at me.
I knew it.
This is what happens when a city grows too old.
Ah! Everyone, stay calm. Don't panic. The exit's over here. Stay in line. Don't push. Make way, make way. Sorry, excuse me. Fuck! Anat! Anat! Titi squeezes through the crowd to find the pale Anat lying limp on the ground, her lips parting weakly as though trying to speak. The sight of the mummy cocking its head behind Anat strikes her with such terror that she cannot move her feet. Titi, go handle the evacuation. I'll try to take Anat and the mummy somewhere else. Aren't you scared? It's moving. I'm alright. I've been on 2 old calendar tomb excavations this year and met with their residents personally. This one looks like a nice old man by comparison. Are you really gonna force me to go back to Reclamation Algorithm to get the context behind all this? This isn't your first mummy, Pepe. Okay, got it. It really takes guts to do archaeology, huh? Are you going to be okay by yourself? Don't worry, it takes plenty of strength to do archaeology too. Titi. Anat. She's fine, just muttering in her sleep. The curator's office isn't far. Go out the side door and avoid the crowds. I'll come find you once the evacuation is complete. I mean, I'm enjoying this event a lot. I no longer have any gripes with this event. The world building, it all has seemed very fine and dandy. Also, Night in the Museum. I like that movie. I like the silliness of this event. Every summer event, we have a silly-ass event. Well, last time we had Aya, and then that was a bit depressing, but at least this time, we got a silly little mummy. Still don't know if they're a Farinmit or not. Also, a kidnapping plot involving Narantuya and Pepe. What's going on? I'm not in my ambush position yet. Did you turn the smoke on early? We didn't do anything. What's happening?
Seems like someone else is causing a commotion.
Drat, I didn't see the target in the crowd. Where did she go? Alright, change of plans. We're starting early. Find her, keep an eye on her, and keep me posted.
Roger.
Hurry. We need to blend into the crowd once we're done. It'll be too late once the evacuation is finished. They seem to be friendly. At least they're non-hostile. Now I got burps. Good. Everyone is gone. Pepe approaches the mummy and sees a blue light glowing in its chest. The gem has vanished into the light and is nowhere to be seen. So it was the gem. It's not easy to carry you out like this. After observing the mummy for a few seconds, Pepe decides to push the mummy's raised left arm back down. Raise his right arm. Huh? Push his right arm down. Raise his left arm. What's going on with you? Pepe cocks her head and ponders how to get the mummy to cooperate. To her surprise, she finds that the mummy also cocks its head, as if in thought. Wait, are you copying me? Pepe takes a step to the left, the mummy does the same. Pepe jumps backwards and the mummy does the same, making a loud noise as it hits the wall behind it. Looks like you can move your arms and legs, but not your brains. Hey, we can move in unison. An idea comes to Pepe as she looks at Anat, who still lies passed out on the ground. Foam in mouth. Almost to the curator's office. Alright, follow my movements and make a turn here. Turns right. Gotta get it to hold Anat's shoulder tighter. She almost just fell off just now. Let's see. Moves her right hand. Grabs Anat's shoulder. Frowns unconsciously. Alright, now follow me. Moans unconsciously. Maybe we should take smaller steps. I'll consider that a yes. It's just a silly little guy! Very good. Wait, no. The mummy steps on the hem of its own robe and falls forwards, right on top of Anat's tiny frame. That red mark on her face isn't going away for a while. Oh, you genius. Come on, hold her tightly this time. Wow. A princess carry. Also, feet? For free? Walk with me. Not too fast, not too slow. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Take it slow and easy. We're almost there. Pepe turns her head to find her pass lying on the floor. It must have fallen out of her pocket. She looks at her own raised arms, then at the mummy holding Anat. If the mummy lets go, it would drop Anat on her head. How do I get into the office like this? I can't use my hands, I'll have to use my foot. Reaches out one foot. The mummy does the same. Good, keep your balance. Still can't reach it. I wish I didn't skip gym class. Come on, you can do it. Despite trying her best, the path still lies just beyond Pepe's reach. She stretches a little too far and loses her balance. Following her lead, the mummy lets go of Anat and falls in the same way. No! Pepe can only watch as Anat's skull hits the floor, making a dull sound on impact. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Sorry, Anat, I'll give you my full support in your next research project. Oh! Oh! The wandering staff with the suspiciously detailed sprite has arrived? Madam Effendi, do you need help? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Your curator isn't feeling well. Can you help me carry her into the office? Alright. You're not surprised about the mummy? I set curator Anat on the sofa. Your posture is interesting. Are you sure you don't need help getting up? No, it's a special exercise I do. Okay, but what about the exhibit? Should I carry it inside too? No, it could walk. No, I can handle it on my own. Alright, let me know if you need anything else. Really? That's it? Wait! NPC with the suspiciously detailed sprite, come back! I can finally move. That was close. Stop staring and come in. Good news, Narantuya. I found the target. There we go. That's why you have a suspiciously detailed sprite. Yeah, near Hall 4. I helped carry the unconscious curator into the office. I'm certain she's in the office. There's no one else there, other than the curator who's still out cold. I also have her pass. No problem. I'll wait here for you. Ooh! Izaya? That's your name? Oh, Mediatigeti Anime Fendi, What are you doing here with the whole museum in chaos? We're shutting things down for the day. Help lead these lost guests out.
What's going on? Where are we going? Are we in danger?
Don't worry, just follow our staff here and she'll take you to a safe place. But I have other things to do. Alright, I will. Oh! Look out! Oh, what happened? Who brought a cloud beast in here? Pets aren't allowed in the museum. Mio's here. I didn't see any cloud beasts. We'll talk about your negligence later. I've got to catch it before someone steps on it. I guess I'm guiding the tourists outside. Well, I think I can still make it. Follow me, everyone. The exit is this way, to the right.
Isn't that the left? She's staff here. I'm sure she knows what she's doing. Hey, wait for us!
Okay, seems like we're out of it. Okay, back with the melancholic music. The heavy exhibition hall door is pushed open, then closed again. No one remembers that it should be open, no one cares that it was opened, and no one has cleaned the dusty sign that reads, Northeastern Tributary Exhibit in ages. We're back with the Minoan girl. The hall is silent. Aspasia's heart thumps against her chest, almost loud enough to drown out her whispering footsteps. She passes by the black monuments of lost tribes and colorful Keurig rugs, casting her gaze towards the dark depths of the hall. Finally, our history awaits me in silence. I admit that one should look upon history with such solemnity. From which lost temple's relief was a scroll before me drawn, from which Minoan Peak was such immaculately white marble hewn, and such imagination piercing together a corner of ancient Minoan family with ancient artifacts. But it's all wrong. I recognize you, the golden goblet that once sat in the center of the temple. My grandfather came to visit you many years ago, as did my mother after him. Much has my family suffered for your loss. Why has this museum put it among the clay bowls of fermented milk? They share no common material or style. And where's the other half of the pair? The Sargonians took them all, yet they do not keep them safe. Even the exhibit description is...
Hold up, are we back?
Whoa! Hold up. Checking. Is the stream still running? Are we back? Oh my god, we're back! Hey, yo! Somehow we made it back! Oh my god. The internet just cut out for like 10 solid minutes. I was considering ending the stream. But somehow we're back? We made it back? Okay, dog. This event is cursed. This event is fucking cursed. That's the first time I've ever had a stream interrupted by connection issues in like half a decade. Bro, this event is cursed. And I no longer have bad vibes from this event, but somehow the gift keeps giving. But anyway, I think we're back. And we could actually continue moving forward. Huh. Okay, where did we stop? Let me just see the stream. Okay, where did... We're back. Okay. Huh. Woo! But it pissed me off even more if we ended up with a cut-off stream. I was already vibing with the event. Anyway, let's just have a recap. I don't know exactly where the stream cut off, so we just caught up with the Minoan woman Aspasia, headed into the tributary she was looking for, and seeing the Minoan artifacts, and she was surprised. She was surprised that the museum hasn't kept good care of the Minoan relics. What? We disconnected again. Bro, what's up with the connection right now? We disconnected again. I just want to finish this chapter, and then we'll end the stream, because I don't think the stream is gonna stay stable. She takes a long look at the exhibit label, then pulls the metal plate off the wall and looks at the other side. Both sides are perfectly smooth, with only her reflection upon them. Signomi, this one was just empty. The biggest mistake if these artifacts are here at all. A century ago, Minos suffered the shame of Sargonian armies violating her soil, trampling on our civilization and history. It should not have been so. I must take them. So while within the commotion of Narantuya and her gang trying to kidnap Pepe, we have this Minoan woman who came here, sees that her country's historical artifacts not being treated with respect by this fucking museum, plundered artifacts from a conquering years past, and somehow we have the mummy, who's just a silly little guy hanging out with Pepe. Follow this flight of stairs down and you'll find the exit. Now then, I have other business to attend to. Something still doesn't feel right.
I don't think this is how we came in. She's staff here. She knows what she's doing, right? Will this really take us home?
I must take you home. I must bring you to the priests of Minos, that they may study and preserve you. Aspasia walks solemnly towards the exhibition pedestal and lifts the goblet. Minoan artifacts must not be allowed to lie forgotten in this forsaken sunless hall.
Don't push! I can see where I'm going. Shouldn't they put an underground light or something in the emergency exit? Hey, there's a lady there setting up the exhibit. She looks more liable than the other one. Let's ask her.
Uh-oh, they found her. Have you come to see?
Is this the way out of the museum?
No, unfortunately. Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, she's gonna pretend to be a curator,
and she's gonna tell them all about Minoan history. Oh yeah, she was planning to steal the artifacts, so this could just be... Sure, I'm a curator, I'll help you guys out. Just don't bother me while I'm taking my precious artifacts back, plundered by these Sargonians, to our homeland. Anyway, I think that's where we're gonna... Unfortunately, I think that's where we're gonna end this first stream of our story reading, because I don't think my internet is stable right now to continue forward. It'll just piss me off if we get cut off again. Permanently. But anyway, my thoughts on the actual story event itself. Not gonna lie, I was not expecting it to be this good. I was not expecting the world building and writing to be solid Arknights affair. But alas, it is. The writers of Arknights never let me down. Problem is, the business suits behind this game definitely do. It conflicts. It really does conflict that the story itself for this side of Sargon seems very well written. It's delving into very interesting topics on the themes of history, preserving history, what it means to certain peoples, the repercussions of conquerors plundering foreign lands for their history, placing them in museums, and how our cultures are built upon our cultures and histories are built upon the words of the winners and conquerors. And I really want to get into all of that. I was pleasantly surprised that the NPCs of this event in this area of Sargon fortunately have a varied skin tone diversity. Fortunately, the NPCs of this event have a varied skin tone diversity because Mena people from the Middle East and Northern Africa, around real-life Egypt, not all gonna be pale, not all gonna be dark-skinned, it's gonna be a spectrum, and I think the amount of NPCs that we saw in this event exhibited that wide spectrum properly. It's just incredibly confusing that whenever we get playable characters from Sargon, this event, and other Sargonian events, it's always the usual pale-skinned characters. The writers of this game know exactly how to world build. Somehow, when it comes time to make money for the game, darker-skinned Sargonian characters are a rarity. We rarely get those. Out of hundreds of characters in Arknights, very few we could actually say have a darker than the norm skin. That's even weird to say. Darker than the norm, darker skin is not out of the norm. But in Arknights, we have a lot of pale-skinned characters. When in real life, bro, come on, dog. Let's exhibit the wide breadth of humanity in the game. But it is what it is. Arknights is a gacha game. They're trying to market to a East Asian audience, and colorism is unfortunately very prevalent in a lot of Asian cultures. Therefore, it's not particularly attractive to market darker skinned characters to these types of demographics. Unfortunately, it is what it is. The medium is the message. But at least I'm pleasantly surprised that within the actual story of Arknights, it hasn't changed. The ethos of how they write Arknights as a living, breathing world that represents our real world in a more fantastical setting, they still write it very well. The world building is still very well done. But when it comes time to make money, I'm sorry, but they fall flat there. They lose me. But anyway, I'm pleasantly surprised that the story for this event seems really good. The world building for this event seems really good once we actually get into the nitty-gritty of things, not just from the superficial characters that you're meant to spend money on. But I think that will be that for this stream, because I'm completely unsure whether the rest of the stream is going to have a stable connection. So that will be that. We will be continuing the rest of this event's story throughout the week and into the next weekend. But until then, my name is Nez, and thanks for watching. I'm going to see you guys next time for some more Arknights. Bye-bye, friendos.